ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building and networking as companies go head-to-head in various challenges to prove your skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date: Saturday, 28th September 2024. Venue: Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time: 8 a.m. Call 0558-973-973 for details on how you can participate and showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Losati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited. Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building and networking as companies go head-to-head in various challenges to prove your skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date: Saturday, 28th September 2024. Venue: Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time: 8 a.m. Call 0558-973-973 for details on how you can participate and showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Losati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited. Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building and networking as companies go head-to-head in various challenges to prove your skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date: Saturday, 28th September 2024. Venue: Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time: 8 a.m. Call 0558-973-973 for details on how you can participate and showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Losati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited. Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us us for a day of intense competition, team building, and networking as companies go head-to-head in various challenges to prove their skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race, and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline-pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date, Saturday, 28th September 2024. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time, 8 a.m. Call 0558 973 973 for details on how.
Citi FM, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Tonight, I'm here with
Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes, public anger grows as Ghana fails to have a single working stadium for the Black Stars' preparation for the World Cup. Lots of people are calling it embarrassing, among other words. Also coming up, Securities and Exchange Commission SEC publishes a timetable for paying depositors affected by the cleanup of the financial sector. Mind you, if you had deposited more than 50,000 cedis, you can only get half of that. And later, we'll tell you about the developing stories around the fight against Galamsey. All the institutions and associations that have been adding their voices and personalities, adding their voices for government to intervene immediately to save the future of the country. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Tax analysts warn of more tax evasion and revenue losses over destructive Galamsey activities.
That's from the Citi Business Desk in 50 minutes. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. Let me give you a list of stations you can listen to us on in case you're leaving the Greater Accra region. If you're going to the Upper West region, you can tune to Boogly Radio. It is on 88.6 FM and it's based in Wa. If you're headed for the Upper East region, the station to tune to would be a number of stations, including in Zuarungu, WED 88.3 FM. If you're headed for the northern region, we are live in Yendi on 99.1 FM. That's Dasuma FM. In the Volta region, we are in Aflau on Holy 98.5 FM. In the eastern region, we are in Somanya on 90.1 FM. That's Right FM. In the Ashanti region, we are on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Bono region, we are live on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani, the capital. And in the Western region, we are in Takrade on a number of affiliate stations, including Sky Power 93.5 FM, Premier 100.5 FM, and Beach 105.5 FM. Let me remind you that this is your election bureau and the election bureau for the elections of 2024. You can join us on our socials using the hashtag Ghana Post 2024. Which is the hashtag we are using. And if you want to verify information, you look for Citi Verify, hashtag Citi Verify. We are on Twitter, known now as X. My handle is at Umaru Sanda. You can also send your message to at Citi973. The WhatsApp number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Eyewitness News is interactive. Let me know what you make of the issues and the world would hear you. Let's start off with the financial sector cleanup. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has issued a public notice and it's titled Announcement of the Release of 1.5 billion cedis to investors affected by the 2019 Fund Management Industry License Revocation Exercise. The statement says the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC is a statutory body set up by the Securities Industry Act 2016, Act 929, as amended by the Securities Industry Amendment Act 2021, Act 1062, with the object of regulating, innovating, and promoting the growth and development of an efficient, fair, and transparent securities market in which investors and the integrity of the market are protected. As announced by the then Honorable Minister of Finance in his recent monthly economic update, the government, through the Ministry of Finance, has approved the release of an amount of 1.5 billion cedis to continue the bailout program to affected investors of the failed fund management companies that had their licenses revoked in November 2019. The total amount of 1.5 billion cedis will be released in 3 tranches, commencing with the first tranche of 700 million cedis in August 2024. Well, August is since gone. And 400 million cedis each in October and also in December. This 1.5 billion is in addition to the 4.46 billion previously released to affected investors with examined claims. The bailout money released so far has been used to pay a total number of 84,202 investor claims of the failed fund management companies, out of which 69,445, representing approximately 82% investor claims, have been fully settled. This decision, driven by humanitarian considerations, will provide further financial reliefs to those impacted by the revocation, including investors of Black Shield Capital Management Limited, formerly Gold Coast Fund Management Limited, and Crown Capital Limited. This bailout covers investors with examined claims who have accepted the government's bailout package. Under this current release, investors will receive the higher of 50,000 cedis, or 15% of the outstanding examined claims on the defunct firms. This top-up is estimated to result in close to 91% of affected investors being fully settled. This bailout will be rolled out through the Special Purpose Vehicle, that's the Amalgamated Mutual Fund, AM Fund, managed by GCB Capital Limited. The managers of AM Fund will hold a meeting in the coming days to provide guidance for those who would want to access the release funds, as well as the prospects of leaving the claims in the AM Fund to be managed. For further information and updates, please visit the bailout portal, and the portal has been given as www.bailout.orc.gov.gh for more details, or contact the SEC appointed agents, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and the details have been given. Alternatively, investors can contact GCB Capital Limited, and that's also an alternative. And this is issued by order of the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, dated September 12, 2024. Now, when that particular revocation exercise happened, a number of customers were angry and they formed groups and associations, and they have been complaining since the revocation happened many years ago. Key amongst them is a group known as the Customers of Defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Limited. The man who convenes that group is Charles Nyame, and he's joining me on the line. Charles, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Hello, Mr. Nyame, can you hear me? Hello, Charles Nyame, can you hear me? Okay, I do not have Charles Nyame. I would try again one more time. Do I have Charles Nyame on the line? All right, I'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Charles Nyame.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Are you searching for a world-class conferencing facility to elevate your next event? Do you need a bougie look for that all-important corporate, board meeting, or private social event? The Alisa Hotel Pavilion at Northridge. Our expansive conference center comfortably seats 1,000 persons in a theater-style setup. This makes it ideal for large conferences and exhibitions. Where there is the need to break out, the conference center seamlessly converts into 2 separate breakout rooms. With the importance of seamless technology integration, our facilities are equipped to support your audiovisual needs. Looking for an oasis of bliss? Saunter into our Oasis Lounge and enjoy your juicy lamb chops, steaks, and burgers. We have alfresco dining for nature lovers in our lush manicured lawns. The Alisa Hotel Pavilion, where great minds convene and beautiful memories are created.
Hey, is that Cuckoo? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kaka, investment kaka, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News. Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let me go back, hopefully on a better line now, to Charles Nyame, who is convener of the customers of defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Limited. Charles, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Sandra, good evening.
Thank
you for having me on Eyewitness.
It's great to have you. We've been speaking to you for 5 years now. You have been consistent.
Over 6 years now.
Okay, good. You've been consistently asking for your money. It appears your money is coming now, except that it is not what you were expecting. What you're expecting is not what you're going to get. At least that's what it looks to me like. Can you help your colleagues make sense of this statement of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and whether it's something that you welcome?
Thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you for always having us to spread our issues to the populace to understand. In fact, we are not entirely happy because it's been over 6 years now and our locked up monies have been already depreciated. And the least the government could do is to pay the already depreciated amount in whole or in full. But there's an adage in our Kan language that says that so we welcome this release of 1.5 billion in good faith, and it is a bit of refreshing to our members, because we have been saying it consistently that over 900 of our members are dead and gone. And if you look at the stories behind their death, you realize that most of them could have survived if they had gotten their money to secure proper medical care. We still have some of our members in that critical condition who needs money to take care of themselves. So it would have been disservice to our members on the part of the leadership to have said no to this payment that is coming out because it is not informed. For the sake and for the lives of these suffering members of our group, we accept the 1.5 billion in good faith, and we plead with the government that it's been over for 6 years, and we want government to expedite action to make sure that they release the remaining outstanding of 3.5 billion that could make full payment, that could top up with the 1.5 billion to make full payment, so that we will put this matter to rest.
The proverb you gave is not a proverb I'm familiar with, but I'm familiar with Kitwebi and Swa. Is that the same thing?
Yes, that is similar. It's similar.
Good. But how Kitwa is this particular amount that is being given to you? I'm looking at a percentage, 15%, and I've also seen 50,000 cedis. Do you understand that? Can you break it down? What does it mean in real terms? If you had, say, 100,000 cedis deposited, what does it mean? If you can use that as a means of explaining.
Thank you very much. We see this kind of payment approach to be better than that of the previous bailout, partial bailout, because the previous partial bailout was fixed cap amount, that's 50,000 to each investment. So everybody who has investment more than 50,000 was getting 50,000. No one was paid more than 50,000. But this time around, if you look at how they have positioned the payment threshold, they have done it in two different ways. You either get 50,000 of your remaining outstanding balance or 15%, depending which of them is bigger for you. For instance, if someone has investment portfolio outstanding balance of 100,000, just as you mentioned, then they are going to use the 50,000 to apply for his or her payment, because such a person, if you use the 15% to pay the person, it means that you are giving the person only 15,000 Ghana cedis. But they would rather use 50,000 payment for that person, which is more or less 50% of that 100,000 outstanding balance for that person. In the same vein, if someone has investment portfolio of 10 million Ghana cedis and you are to pay the person 50,000, you are doing the person a disservice, because 50,000 of 10 million is just a little fraction of the outstanding balance of that person. So that person, they will apply the 15% payment threshold for the person, which will give that person or 1.5 million Ghana cedis. So we see this form of payment to be a bit better than the previous one. So we are just pleading with our members not to be confused about it. No one is going to receive any payment less than 50,000 Ghana cedis. Every investor will receive not less than 50,000, but you can receive more than 50,000 with this investment plan.
Okay. So it means that you would eventually still lose some money, but you don't mind, because for you, at least you're going to get something.
We don't see ourselves losing any money. The only way we are losing money is we are losing the value of our money to depreciation and exchange rate and what have you. But what we know is this is legitimate money, and it is the statutory responsibility of the Ghana government to make sure that every investor or depositor who fell victim to the financial cleanup exercise is paid in full, either their deposit or investment. Come to think of it, government had already secured full bailout package through previous budget allocation that have been approved in the parliament. So the government had no excuse to deny any investor or customer from getting his money in full. We just understand that maybe with the government budget or with the government things in this year, there is no room for much expenditure. That's why the 1.5 billion is being released. But we are looking forward seeing the government making subsequent release as we go forward with the remaining outstanding balance of 3.5 billion that belongs to Gold Coast Fund Management customers.
Is it your understanding that everybody who was affected would get this payment made to them, or they will still, because I've seen that there's an issue of tranches and that have been talked about, the amount being 1.5 billion. Do you estimate that everybody who was affected would get to benefits? Yes,
depending on the person meeting the conditions for the payment. The conditions for the payment is that your investment has to be validated. And for that one, we can't blame the government if any customer or member of our group has not validated his or her claims up to this time, because the validation started as far back in 18th November 2019, and it ended July 19th, 2024. So there was an ample time for every investor to have submitted his or her claims for validation. So if only you meet the criteria, that is your investment claims being validated, then you are a beneficiary to this payment that is about to happen. Apart from that, no one is going to be shortchanged for this payment.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Now that it's party time, don't forget, as you were celebrating me earlier for giving you time since 2019.
Yes,
do a barbecue party and invite all the media people so we also come and enjoy your money.
Sure.
Thank you so much for speaking to us and all the best. That's Charles Nyame. He's convener of the Customers of Defunct Gold Coast Fund Management Limited. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let me bring some of the messages that you've been sending through. It says it will take 48 hours for Air Force to do a reconnaissance mission to map out all Galamsey areas along our river bodies and forests. Another 48 hours for all regional commands to clear up the pits and rivers. Another 24 hours to institute a protection zone and man it by air with boots on the ground. If this cannot be done as we speak, then it's purely on parochial grounds that the government and the commander-in-chief is sitting aloof or playing the ostrich. Do not be deceived. We are all being ruled by the wicked and greedy people with insensitive time panic. I can't read that. This person sends that message. Alasan Hamdan from Nyoni South says government must declare state of emergency in order to successfully achieve the fight against illegal mining. However, the fight can be won if the MPP is voted out of power. SK from Kenya, Father SK from Kenya, Kumasi, he says since the inception of mining gold in Ghana, little has Ghana benefited, especially mining towns. So whether legally or illegally, mining should be halted in order to salvage our forest reserves and water bodies. Another message that is coming through says, that's from Aka Paul Jr. in Hafomim. He says, I strongly suggest a total overhaul of both Sports Authority and the GFA for such a gargantuan disgrace they have caused this nation. Heads must roll. Another message, this one from Emil Akwensivi in Akwemufie. He says, good evening, Omaru. Where is Ghana going? Nothing seems to be working. All attention is being given to where something can be salvaged and money can get into pockets. We hosted Can 2008 and we cannot maintain any of the stadia. Ghana yem mobo. He didn't add Dodo, but I can do that for him. Ghana yem mobo Dodo. Okroyeboa in Bremen Benin says, gradually all the economic indicators are showing positive signs. Let's continue to put our fingers across and there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Let's talk about Galamsey, which is what everybody's talking about and the messages that are coming through. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources is Honorable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. He's MP for Damongo. He's joining us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Sanda.
Since last week, we've been receiving number of press statements coming through. The latest one coming this morning from a group of pastors. Yesterday, Organized Labour issued a statement, all of them asking that government should fix the Galamsey fight. But another line that runs through, or a phrase that runs through all their messages is state of emergency. I believe they are appealing to Chapter 5 of the Constitution. Some even were specific on the clause 31. Article 31. They say that they want a state of emergency declared so that we can sanitize our environment and then protect our river bodies and water bodies. Yesterday, during your interaction with the media, you suggested that was a draconian approach which you would not advise. Having heard all the feedback that is coming through, would you reconsider your position that perhaps that's the way, or you think there's a better way to dealing with this matter?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say good evening to your cherished listeners. The Editors Forum was public, and I think the recordings are available. What I sought to say, and in fact, I was very categorical. I did not make a definitive, state a definite position on that call. What I said was that the suggestions and contributions and discussions are all very well and warmly welcomed, because it's as a result of that we can sharpen our policies, sharpen our approaches, and sharpen our efforts to be able to deal with this matter, which has been a long-standing, age-old problem that the country has been working over the years to deal with. I said that the call for a state of emergency is a draconian measure. It has far-reaching implications, and so it will require us to interrogate and examine it carefully, and do so collectively, to be able to come to a conclusion or come to a consensus as to whether or not it is the best way forward. But I will not, at that stage, make any definitive pronouncement on it or take a conclusive position on that matter. That is what I said. I never said it's a wrong suggestion or a good suggestion or it should be accepted or rejected. All I sought to say is that is really a very, and that is a fact, declaring of a state of emergency, even within the confines of the framers of our Constitution, is really a very major step to take, which is why when that is done, you need to go to Parliament for Parliament to ratify or approve it. And I think every month or so, every 2 weeks, you still have to go to Parliament for Parliament to approve it. So it's such a major step to take, and therefore it will require a lot more comprehensive, detailed examination for us to make a determination as to how to move forward. The suggestion that I said is it should be rejected or not accepted is totally wrong.
Okay, you see, there are a lot of reactions coming through. In fact, this morning, the Ghana Federation of Labour, the executive, the Secretary General, Deputy, Kenneth Kumsin, spoke to Bernard Avila on the City Breakfast Show. He didn't take kindly at all to that comment of yours, which was played on the Breakfast Show. And he is actually asking for you to resign, saying that you clearly do not understand what the problem is, so you cannot fix it if you do not think that state of emergency is the way out of this.
Well, first of all, as I've just been explaining to you, with the greatest of respect, he must have then responded to a matter that is completely misunderstood. I never said that it's not the way to go. I just said it is a far-reaching measure to take, and it's indeed a far-reaching. If you look at situations where state of emergencies are declared, you have to examine it carefully. You have to be very satisfied that there is a need for it. That is far from saying there is no need for it. To say that we should have a proper examination and interrogation, I went even as far as saying that doesn't lie within my bosom. That is really the mandate of the president or the prerogative of the president. But it will require an examination. It will require further thinking and consultation as to whether or not that is the way for us to go. There's a gulf between that and saying that it is not needed. So you reacted to the wrong thing.
Okay, so you are not the Attorney General, so you may not be the principal legal advisor to the president. However, you are his principal advisor on natural resources. If you came to it and that discussion comes up, based on everything you know in the sector that you have been managing for the past 3 to 4 years, do you agree with the call that is being made for a state of emergency to be declared? Some are saying 6 months, some are saying 3 months, so that all boots should be deployed so that every mining activity, whether legal or illegal, is stopped until we see some solution of a sort before we can then see how we're going to proceed further. If you had to give the advice to the president, would you take that path or you have a better route?
Well, all of these are on the table and all of them are being examined. So let's see what comes out of that.
Very well. But for many people who are listening, we have been fighting this for the better part of the last 10 years, and yet it appears we are still struggling. The pictures that are coming, the videos coming through, where is the problem coming from? Is it a government failure? And if it's a government failure, how can the government fix it, at least your government, over the next 3 months before we get into the election? Because it's a very critical issue.
Well, as I said yesterday, a whole lot of review has been done. We have to continue with our efforts, and in some cases, we have to sharpen them. We have to enhance or ramp them up, and that is exactly what is being done. And in the days and weeks to come, as I said yesterday, we will see that the law enforcement apparatus will very much heightened the enforcement wing or the enforcement approach or mechanism to dealing with this matter of illegal small scale. And as I said yesterday also, this matter It cannot be an event. We have to be persistent. We have to be concerted, and we have to be fully committed to seeing through the measures we are putting in place to deal with this matter of illegal small-scale mining.
So we should expect some more deployment or fresh deployments by the soldiers.
We cannot. Well, as I say, the security agencies will make a determination as to how they will go about this. And even if I'm privy to it, I shouldn't be putting this out here. But I'm saying to you that we will not relent on our efforts. As you've rightly pointed out, we've employed all kinds of measures, including the burning of excavators. So many measures have been put in place over the period. The most important thing is that we do not relent on our efforts and we remain committed and focused on the fight.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you.
That's the Member of Parliament for Damonwe, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, the Honorable Abdullahi Samuel Jinapo. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka, in Accra. We are also around the globe on citynewsroom.com. Let me bring more of your messages that you've been sending through. Ni Atukwe Kwe from Accra says, we need to address the Galamsey issue to the Speaker of Parliament. Our President checked out of office last. That's not true. And Vice President is not aware of anything either. I'm not sure. Good evening, Umaru. The unfortunate statement by Napo and the Minister pretending as if Ghanaians are faking the severity of the Galamsey clearly shows the government's lackadaisical attitude to dealing with the Galamsey issue. Seriously, Ghanaians are not angry enough. Jones Aduboy sends that message from La. Zilis Dwayne sends a message from London and says, no long talk. This government is a failure. Hakimi Ashraf from Tamale says, if not Ghana, where would we see this? Someone steals your money and later comes to say he would give you half of your money, which he stole from you, and you are happy. You can send your message to 0549 986 996, 0549 986 996. This is Eyewitness News. We'll be back with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hey, is that Cuckoo? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Ifipa. Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kakra, investment kakra, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply.
MTN. Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Hawa Idrisu has some other stories for us here from the City Newsroom.
The Ministry of Finance has announced that it has released 50 million cedis to cover part of the tuition fees owed by a Ghanaian student in the United Kingdom. The release follows deportation notices issued by the UK Home Office to the student due to delayed payment by the Ghanaian government. Speaking to City News, technical advisor to the Finance Minister, Dr. Abdul Ganiyu, indicated that the Scholarship Secretariat is expected to receive the funds by the end of the week.
The money has been released. We're talking about some 50 million Ghana cedis, and that has been released to controller. My checks from controller indicates that within this week, that money will be released to the scholarship secretariat. So I just urge calm on the part of the awardees. Once the scholarship secretariat receives it, they will then go through the necessary processes to effect payments to individuals. And another thing to assure is that some other 100 million Ghana cedis is in the work. And once we are satisfied with all the processes between the Ministry of Finance and the Scholarship Secretariat, that money would also be released. So all of that being released surely should bring calm as far as payments to the awardees is concerned.
Dr. Abdul Ganiyu is the technical advisor to the finance minister. The Association of Assembly Members has backed calls for a forensic audit of the Electoral Register. This demand comes after the Electoral Commission's refusal to conduct an audit as requested by the National Democratic Congress NDC following several irregularities identified during the recent voter exhibition exercise. Speaking at a press conference, the convener of the association, Musa Ziyad, issued a strong warning vowing to resist any attempt by the government to manipulate the Electoral Commission.
Let it be clear and unequivocal warning to the Electoral Commission and the ruling government. Any attempt by the Commission or any security apparatus to skew the outcome of the elections will be met with fierce resistance and opposition. The will of the people of Ghana cannot be suppressed by intimidation or manipulation. We will defend our democracy with every lawful means at our disposal. We will defend our democracy with every lawful means at our disposal. We will join hands with all well-meaning Ghanaians on the clarion call for a forensic audit of the Electoral Register. We believe this will clear all doubts and restore public confidence back in the Electoral Commission. To the people of Ghana, we as Assembly members, we call on you to remain vigilant and be steadfast in your commitment to the free and fair elections in 2024.
Convener of the Association of Assembly Members, Musa Ziyad. The NPP parliamentary candidate for Lejokuku and Minister for Health, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, says voting for John Mahama will mean going back to the days of cancellation of nursing trainee allowances. He made this known when Dr. Baumia, while campaigning in his constituency, made a stop at the Lekman Nursing Training College. Addressing the student, Dr. Bernard Okoboy urged the student to vote for Dr. Baumia, who will upgrade their welfare as student and health workers in future.
When the other man was there, he said posting is not easy. But under this MPP government, just recently, 15,000 nurses have been granted clearance. Hello? Okay. The other man says that he wants to reset Ghana. Do you have your phones here? When you do reset, would you still have anything on your phone? Everything goes back to zero. Now, reset means Alawa will be cancelled. Reset means if you're a nurse, you might end up working somewhere else. Now, if you upgrade your phone, you can only add better things to the phone. Is that also? Dr. Baumia is for upgrade. The other one is for reset. Which one are we choosing? Reset or upgrade? Reset or upgrade? Reset or upgrade?
NPP parliamentary candidate for Lejokuku and Minister of Health, Dr. Bernard Okoboy. Meanwhile, Dr. Baumia says his promise of removing the import duties on vehicles for nurses and the credit scoring system will improve the welfare of nurses.
The car import duty waiver for nurses. You remember that? Yes, I'm bringing it back for all nurses. The car import duty waiver is coming back for all nurses, as well as looking at ways to improve conditions for people who are posted in the rural areas. If you look at the cost of living in the advanced countries and all of that, it generally, even though it's high for everybody, but they tend to be more manageable than us. in Ghana and in Africa. The reason why their living tends to be more manageable than our living is that they operate what is called a credit system. A credit system means you can buy things on credit. If it's a TV you're looking for, you buy it and you pay small, small, small. If it's a car, you buy it. Then you pay small, small, small.
NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The Okaikwe South parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress has accused the Electoral Commission of allegedly importing over 1,000 illegal names onto the voters' roll in the constituency ahead of the December elections. Ernest Adumako made the allegations after filing his nomination forms at the EC office in Kaneshi in Accra. According to the NDC candidate, letters have been sent to the EC twice regarding the matter, but no feedback has been received.
We are sending signal and warning to the Electoral Commission that we want free and fair elections. They have transferred some illegal names into the voter register. We have written about 2 letters to them, which they have not responded to any of the letters. Now that we have finished filing, we are telling them that we are waiting for the response, the letter that we have written to them. If they don't write back to us, we are going to advise ourselves. And then whatever we need to do, we will take legal action, legal means, to make sure that they take all those names out of our register.
That was the parliamentary candidate of the NDC in the Okaikwe South constituency, Ernest Adumako.
This is the Election Bureau, 97.3. Citi FM is a station. Eyewitness News is a program. My name is Umaru Sandamadu. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. The Electoral Commission has set this week to receive nomination forms from persons who have picked up forms to contest either as parliamentary candidates or presidential candidates. Tomorrow is the deadline. Today, a number of flag bearers of political parties and also persons who are going as independent have been filing into the Electoral Commission to return their documents. One of them is what you can describe as a new kid on the block. In the last general elections, she was a general secretary of the People's National Convention. Tonight, I'm speaking to her as flag bearer of the People's National Party, Janet Nabla. Madam, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Umar Sanda.
How was the ceremony today?
Let me greet you and your viewers this evening. It was okay. Electoral Commission made us to know that whatever we're doing was a constitutional demand, and they are mandated to do that. And at the end of the day, give us the feedback. And so they are following their mandatory principles. We also thank them so much because you know that Electoral Commission has given 25% discount to all women who are contesting in this year's election. It has never happened before in Ghana that Electoral Commission will give discounts to women just to encourage them to participate. So we thank them so much for that singular act. And we also told them about our policies and what we will be bringing on board before 7th December. So it was a cordial relationship, and I think that everything was okay.
Very well. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best. I was going to engage you a bit further, but the Electoral Commission is having a press conference on some of the things that happened today, so I want to cross over to them. But thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're welcome, Omar Sanda.
That's Madam Janet Nabila. She is flag bearer of the People's National Party, PNP. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. So I'm going to take you to the Electoral Commission head office. The EC has been receiving the nomination forms all week. And then there's also an issue that the NDC has raised about the voters register. You do know that the NDC, the National Democratic Congress, plans to demonstrate on the 17th of September over the what it calls the sanctity of the electoral roll. It has some questions and needs some auditing done, and that auditing is not happening. So the Electoral Commission now is actually addressing that particular matter. Do I have the queue to go? Eric Tete, is it Eric Tete Samuel Tete, Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, is addressing the press.
Identified discrepancies with the provisional voters register are being corrected. To date, the register is almost near perfect, as most of the discrepancies have been fully resolved. We have also noted comments from the NDC alluding to ghost names in the register. We are aware that there may be dead persons on the register because several persons die each year. One of the key purposes of the exhibition exercise is to allow relatives of the dead to initiate the process of expunging their names from the register. The NDC indicated at the meeting that it had identified some 50,000 persons who were dead on the register. The Commission once again requested the details of the 50,000 dead persons and assured the NDC that it will work with the District Assembly and Birth and Death Registry to expunge the names from the register. As with the data on the discrepancies identified by the NDC, we are yet to receive the list of the dead. The Commission strongly believes that the surest way to attaining a credible and robust register is not through demonstrations. There is simply nothing to demonstrate about. This is because the Commission has repeatedly requested the data on discrepancies from the NDC to no avail. We are of the view that the stance taken by the NDC will not produce a credible register. The Commission is of the view that the best place to resolve the issues they have identified is the discussion table. We urge them to submit details of the discrepancies they have identified to enable the Commission investigate the issues and demonstrate to them that the concerns they have been resolved. As indicated earlier, the EC assured the NDC during the meeting that it would conduct a thorough investigation and report on the issues they had detected within a week. Why are they refusing to submit the data to enable the EC to investigate and provide a report? The EC believes that the best way to ascertain the credibility and integrity of the 2024 voters register is the discussion table, not on the streets. Taking to the streets will not ensure a credible register. It will only cause tensions and suspicions, which are unwarranted. We call on the former president of Ghana, an eminent and respected statesman of the Republic, to encourage and bring his party to the table, as that is the best place to address issues and ascertain the truth regarding the voters' register. We are confident that the former president will heed to our calls and do everything in his power to bring his party to the discussion table. On our part, we assure the NDC of a transparent process that would demonstrate to them that all their concerns have been resolved. The Commission wishes to state that almost all the discrepancies identified have to date been corrected. As in 2020, the Commission is committed to providing the country and all political parties with a robust and credible voters register that will guarantee free, fair, transparent, and credible general election in December 2024. We urge the public to trust the EC to do this again and again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tati, Deputy Chair, Operations. To your information, we are not taking questions. Therefore, on this note, we bring the presser to an end. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you very much.
This is Citi 97.3.
So that's the announcement. The Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, flanked by the Chairperson, Jean Mensah, responding to the issues that were raised by the NDC on the credibility of the electoral rule. And you had no opportunity for journalists to ask questions. And so the matter, at least for now, has been settled from the EC side. Wait to see what the NDC's response would be. But the NDC, don't forget, has scheduled 17th September to embark on a nationwide demonstration over this particular issue. The NDC is questioning the electoral rule and asking for an audit to be conducted. And that audit is yet to happen. Let's go now back to the issues of our sporting industry. Now, Ghana football is in a deeper mess than it has been over the past, I don't know how many years. It has come to light that we do not even have a competent, if there's a proper word like that, a competent stadium across Ghana for the Black Stars to host a match as part of the plans to prepare for the World Cup. Now, we are now having to go shopping for stadia outside Ghana so that we can play our competitions or our games. This has angered so many people. One of them is a former Minister for Youth and Sports and MP for Odododio, Edwin Nilante Vanderpool. He spoke to Bernard Avila on the City Breakfast Show.
It's an embarrassment because if you consider the stature of Ghana as far as sports in Africa and even the world is concerned, you don't expect this to happen to us. But then, if you have a situation when people continue to have misplaced priorities, that's what happens. But I've been on your network several times, and my junior brother, Nathan, will bear me out, that I've said consistently that it is not about the number of stadia you have. It's about how well you maintain those stadia. Instead of throwing money around, building what we call AstroTurf as if they are candies, we could use that same money to maintain very well, make it super standard, the sort of stadia we have, the critical stadia. And then we'll build mini stadia in every regional capital. Possibly, even if we can continue, mini stadia in district capitals, so that we can host schools and colleges and the rest without having any problem. But when we are dotting around, wasting money on tests that do not substantially contribute to the development of sports, but it's used for recreational purposes, for funerals and outdoorings and the rest, then we are not helping sports. And because we are so much interested in those ones, we fail to maintain the traditional ones that we've had for some time now.
So that's Edwin Nilante Vanderpool. He's MP for Odododio and former Minister for Sports, speaking on the City Breakfast Show today about the state of our football pitches and stadia across Ghana. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Point Blank will be coming up next, but before then, business news.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hi, Aku. I just got the estimate for the home repairs. It's more than we expected. I'm really stressed about where to find the money.
Why worry, Musa? You are a salaried worker. Haven't you heard about the
GC? And showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Beaver Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Losati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited. Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building, and networking as companies go head to head in various challenges to prove your skills and expertise. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race, and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date, Saturday, 28th September 2024. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager.
On Eyewitness News, my name is Umaru Sanda. Tonight on Point Blank, we're talking about the education sector. Education sector, specifically pre-tertiary education at the Ministry of Education. Kwesi Kwatin. I want to talk about the education policy of this government. Aside free SHS, what else has the government been working on? And aside the fact that feeding is a problem in secondary schools, what else have they been doing? The successes. What's the state of the e-blocks? Are they being finished? Kwesi Kwatin, you're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing so well.
Everything fine?
I'm fine. I mean, what is not fine is how you smartly introduce a bit of bad press within the premise of your introduction. I wasn't expecting that.
What bad press?
Because, I mean, for some time now, if we look at the food supply chain within our schools, it's very stable.
Yeah.
We do not have such a challenge. So I was very surprised
Do you know
something that is not in news.
Do you know they eat rice with the mackerel, the tomato sauce in mackerel? That's what they give them. They don't put the meat, the fish itself.
Oh,
do you know that?
These are, I mean, pictures that came up almost a year or two
ago. Have you solved it?
Oh, I mean, long time. So
have they
I'm surprised
have they stopped using firewood to cook in the various pantries? Do you know?
I am unable to confirm, but I know that this is a balance of both firewood and gas.
At the time that we are fighting climate change, we are doing afforestation. You are using firewood to cook for students.
Sanda, I don't know why you want to start on this.
Because we are going to talk about STEM, and STEM means technology, innovation. And so if we're talking about innovation and all those things, why are we using firewood to cook in secondary school? It's not nice. So go and delete that thing.
They are using firewood to cook in secondary school. And
yes.
Now
instead of using gas cooker.
That's what I'm saying. That I mean, I am unable to confirm with all schools.
No
but
problem.
I mean, what I know is
okay.
That there is an improved cooking method.
The e-blocks Mahama promised were 200. He didn't finish them before leaving. I think they did about 50, even though they contest that figure. Have you finished all of them, or you are working on them? What's the status of the e-blocks?
They were not 200.
No, that's what he promised.
Yeah. Apparently, when he was leaving office, I think there were 120 or so.
Yeah, I'm saying that. So I'm saying that he promised 200, yeah. But I think he finished about 50 or so.
No, he finished 29. Because I mean, our conversation with the
yes. No, this is just a casual conversation. Yeah. Let's pretend we are just sitting under a mango tree.
Yeah. I think
so have you guys come to finish some of them?
Yeah, certainly.
Or all of them?
Yeah, certainly. So you see, I mean, the concept of the e-block, particularly looking at the community-day senior high schools, was a very great concept. I think the only challenge had to do with where it was situated. For instance, if you look at the one at Kwabenya, it was a very fantastic school. And looking at where it was situated within the catchment area, where it was very accessible to everyone. I mean, a lot of people even oversubscribe such a school. But if you go to places like Drobonso, if you situate a e-block, I mean, at the extreme end of the community, which is not accessible, it becomes very difficult for students to access. So what we did was to...
I just want to know if you have finished some of them.
Yes,
do you have a figure?
Yes,
I didn't tell you about this before, but if you know about some of them...
I will want to confirm my figures, but okay. I mean, from about 2 years ago, I recall we had done around 31 then.
31 more.
Added, yes.
In addition to what they left behind.
Yes, but I will need to confirm the figure because certainly it should have gone up. But because, I mean, we were very specific with what we're going to discuss today, I did not get
no problem.
Full
Let's talk about STEM. That's something that your minister always talks about. It's almost like an agenda he has taken to the ministry. What is STEM and what have you been doing about that?
Yes, Sanda, you will agree with me that if we look at the global trends with regards to development all over the world, there has been a strong correlation between education and socio-economic transformation. If you really even want to expand this point, one would say that countries that has been able to develop, one thing that is synonymous with them is that in terms of their gross tertiary enrollment ratio, they have been able to hit the 40% mark. We recently moved from 18% to 22.5%. Because if we look at countries like Botswana, around 40% is developed. If we look at Singapore, 40% automatic development. Countries like America, 76% automatic development. And if we look at advanced countries in terms of using education as a fulcrum for socio-economic transformation, like South Korea, around 96%, there is a total development. I mean, we are using the leapfrog approach to be able to get there. So that is the context. But it's not just any kind of education that develops a country. That is how come we argue that when you look at education, it's centered on three key variables. You look at access, you look at quality, and then relevance. Access, quality, and then it has an impact on socio-economic transformation. So our world is, fast changing. Particularly if you look at the first industrial revolution, moving up to this fourth industrial revolution, the kind of education that is being given to your student is very essential. So you cannot be providing 19th century education to your citizenry and expect, for instance, 21st century outcome. Yes, certainly it won't tally. Because if you look at the first industrial revolution, even though we did not take advantage of it during the times of the invention of steam engines in 1769 to be able to increase productivity, we in Ghana, and of course maybe all of us within the third world community, did not take advantage. Similarly, the second industrial revolution within the 1870s, during the mass production of electricity, we also did not take advantage of it. Even come to the third industrial revolution in the 1969, where computing and programming became, the order of the day, we also did not take advantage of it. So it really means that when you talk about the quality component of our education, it's being questionable, and that has been a systemic failure as a people. And it's how come we are unable to become critical thinkers and produce critical mass of students who are able to solve societal problems. And so what we have taken upon ourselves as a government and as a ministry is to be very conscious and deliberate about repositioning Ghana's education, to fit into the demands of what the 21st century demands requires. So we are looking at, for instance, artificial intelligence. We are looking at robotics. This time around, the conversation is more on Internet of Things, 3D imaging, and what have you. That is where the world has reached now, the fourth industrial revolution, the 21st century. So now, when you talk about the quality component of education, of course, when you look at access, it's not really become much of a problem, because at the basic school level, we are having the free compulsory universal basic education. At the senior high school level, we are also having the free senior high school. Even at the tertiary level,
Mahama is promising free first year.
I don't know why he should go about promising that.
Why?
Because already there is a policy that exists to
which policy?
The no guarantor policy.
So you don't pay school fees for your first term, for your first year in university?
The no guarantor policy essentially is even up to your final year. All you need to do is to...
No guarantor system for what? For students' loan?
Yes.
The man said he's doing level 100 free and you're talking about guarantor.
No, but ultimately, if you had listened to the explanation that came with that policy proposal, if you recall, they said that you are going to pay at the end of the day. So it's a loan.
Which one?
Mama's own.
No, he said level 100 is free. He said level 100 is free.
No. You didn't listen to Oparado. After level 100, you are still going to
John
pay.
John Mahama launched a manifesto in Takrady. And he said, not in Winneba, and he said that level 100 is going to be free. That's what he said. Are you saying that the level 100 free has strings attached?
No, I am saying that. Yes, that is the policy explanation that was given to that.
And what that was?
No, it's a student loan. Ultimately, they are going to pay. So granted.
You see, if you are talking about your guarantor system,
granted. No,
Umaru, it's not about granted. No, relax. It's not about granted. I heard the NDC say that the level 100 of university is going to be free. You won't pay school fees. Are you saying that there's someone who has said something to the contrary? Because I heard the flag bearer himself make the statement.
No, I just told you that when the policy came out, there has been an explanation that has been offered.
And it's no more free?
No, I'm saying that maybe you have not heard it, but I'm saying that what essentially the NDC meant was that first year you are not going to pay fees.
That's all.
Can I land? First year you are not going to pay fees. We probe them further and ask where they are going to get their money from. And they are saying that obviously from student loan. And at the end of the day, students are going to pay. But I'm saying that granted without even admitting that it's free within the context of government taking the entire fees. Who pays for the second year? Who pays for the third year? Who pays for the fourth year? It demonstrates that it's just a limping policy.
They said they'll pay for one.
And
So-
who pay? First year, I'm unable to pay my fees. All of a sudden, second, third, and fourth, I'm able to pay. I mean, such a policy logically is not consistent. And if you ask me, is a limping policy. But we have a better alternative, particularly
which is pay for all the 4 years, but I'll give you a loan to pay.
I'm here.
So someone says, I'll pay 1 year for you, pay the other 3 years. You are saying that no, pay all the 4 years, and you're saying one is limping and one is straight. How?
I'm not. That's not what I said. I am saying that if it is not broken, you do not fix it.
It's not broken.
No, if it's not broken, you do not fix it.
Also, education,
the
payment of school fees at the tertiary level is not broken.
So
you have decided to pay for the students' secondary school because you say they can't afford.
No, because
someone wants to tuasu for them, you are not happy.
No, because that policy
is it paying you?
Omaro, that policy did not come from, I mean, just an emotional response some way somehow to court. I mean, public attention for votes. Because in the case of the free SHS, there was a major problem. You had about 100,000 students.
You still got votes.
No, I'm coming. You had about 100,000 students who graduates and are
Let's
eligible
leave free SHS. Let's do tertiary. You said
it's because of the question you asked. Unless, of course, you are saying that when you ask questions, I am not eligible to offer responses.
No, you are, but we've solved it already. I'm saying that you give free
So
SHS.
you agree with me that in terms of the background upon which these policy proposals came, they are not the same.
No, my point is that free is free.
And I'm saying that even the NDC's own, I am telling you that it's not free.
You won't pay money. So unless you are saying that yours is even not free. Free SHS. We buy books. The money we pay teacher allowance.
What you've done is that you've succeeded in still swerving this conversation to free SHS.
Let's go back.
Because at the end of the day, we're talking about STEM.
Let's go back to STEM.
And I am not afraid to engage you on free SHS.
Let's go back.
Except that.
No. I was just reminding you that NDC is giving free tertiary.
No, and I'm saying that 100. In the first place, it is not even broken, so you don't even fix it. You don't offer such policy proposals, and then what happens to them in second year, in third year, in fourth year? Particularly when there is already a sustainable policy that caters for students who are unable to pay at the tertiary level.
Okay.
What we are saying is
let's go back to your STEM.
As part of our affirmative decision, we are going to make it free for persons living with disability, and that makes more sense because you see,
for the 4 years.
Yes, for the 4 years. Because if we want to measure the truth in a claim, one of the variables that you have to align yourself to is the logical consistency in the claim that the person is making. Logically, it is inconsistent to lay a claim and suggest that first year government is going to absorb your fees, but second year government is unable to. I mean, it doesn't add up.
There are universities that allow people to spend the first year in the halls of residence and then the remaining ones out. If that is logical, why is this one not logical?
I mean, I don't know why you are trying to compare apples with mangoes.
I'm just saying that if the man says, I'll pay your school fees for you for the level 100.
And I'm telling you that this is a limping policy. And particularly coming from a messenger who is so incredible and has demonstrated inconsistency. Particularly, no.
You're attacking your mama.
I don't think this is a form of attack. See, and I'm going to prove to you.
Okay, let me remind you.
Muhammad never believed in free SHS.
Hold on.
On what basis will he believe in free SHS?
I need to make this back announcement. People, I introduced Kwesi Kwarteng as PRO of the Education Ministry. What I did not add is that he ran for parliamentary elections in the MPP and he lost. He got only 12 votes. So he's an MPP person, blue and blue, but he's also the PRO of the Education Ministry. That's why he's attacking John Mahama. Now you can continue to attack him. I've said the request.
This is the first time I'm getting to know that on your show you now speak for Mahama.
No, I don't speak for Mahama.
No, if you don't want that appointment,
No, I give full disclosure so that people will know that I've not brought a PRO of the Education Ministry who is supposed to, for all intents and purposes, be a civil servant who then all of a sudden start attacking a flag bearer of an opposition party. I don't
think it's a fair description of what I've done here. I speak for the Ministry of Education.
You attack the messenger.
Can I land? I speak for a Ministry of Education.
Yes.
And I speak on policies that have political connections.
Yes.
You agree with me?
Yes.
Especially when you lay the background that such policy proposal came from a politically exposed person.
Yes.
And I was to respond.
Yes.
And obviously the alternative is what I represent, particularly coming from this government.
Yes.
You see, let's issue this caveat. The fact that I am politically exposed and I've never hidden it anywhere does not necessarily mean that in terms of making a professional analysis or making analysis that is
political.
Not political.
What do you?
But it doesn't change the fact that I come again.
What you did was political. That's why I had to do
that.
Okay, so let's go back to STEM.
No, I want to get you.
We have finished the mama and free SHS and university education. Let's move on. Let's do STEM. We have 5 minutes, so we have to talk about STEM.
Very well. I mean,
you don't talk about STEM.
No, you succeeded in getting your sound bites, but it's okay. Let's proceed with STEM.
What sound bites?
I mean, so that you are able to put it out there that I've attacked John Mahama.
But you said it. You said his policy is limping. He's illogical. You didn't say he is illogical, but you said his policy is illogical.
Attack the policies. When policies logically is not consistent, you can put it out there.
And you said he's an incredible messenger.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's okay. You said
yes. Based on the fact that he keeps changing his position.
No problem.
Somebody who never believed in free education, all of a sudden believes in free education going forward.
Yes.
And that shows that such a person is inconsistent
and
incredible as a messenger.
And yet in 2015, he launched free SHS, which was part of the constitution, which his party was.
So which school was free? Mention 3 schools that you think were free.
He himself attended free senior high school.
No, you said I want the one he launched. Which school?
Oh, I don't have that, but
I
know that he did in Parliament. No.
If he launched free SHS, if he launched free SHS, what was the basis of?
He did it in Parliament. That one I have seen.
So Mama brought free SHS.
No, he launched what they called progressively free senior high school. That's what he did, and they said it was a basis.
Don't let us do this. We can play the semantics.
No, it's not. I'm just saying that is what he did. As to whether there's a school, I can't go and point to one. I have not done that research, but I remember that he launched it in the House of Parliament. It was in 2015.
I mean, Ghanaians are listening. If
so, let's finish up with.
I mean, let's move on.
You've chopped 2 minutes, and I left it 3 minutes for.
Let's move on to STEM innovation.
Yes.
So, like,
what's STEM innovation?
STEM innovation essentially means that, like, when I lay the background, that concern is to reposition Ghana's education to be able to produce the needed outcomes that is required for productivity and socio-economic growth within the fourth industrial evolution space. And I mean, based on that, you will recall that we've brought about this STEM education by building the STEM senior high schools. We look at Awaso STEM, Accra's High STEM School, Kwase, Abomoso, Pasempe, Bosomtwe STEM schools. I mean, a number of them, Bosomtwe girls.
Does it mean that existing secondary schools, you introduce STEM as a program for them?
Yeah, they are existing. Because Accra High is already an existing STEM.
So a student who is going to...
For instance, they are doing robotics.
So the student chooses that's a course I want to go and do.
Yes.
And that's what you call the STEM?
Yes, the STEM.
So you have a competition for them?
Yes, we have a competition for them.
For only those students? Or the students from those schools?
Every school has a STEM club. Every senior high school has a STEM club. So the concept of the STEM innovation, if I'm allowed to land, essentially is...
We don't have time, so...
essentially is putting into practice the whole concept of science, technology, engineering, and math to be able to solve societal problems. So I shared one video with your producer, and that is students of Obuasi Senior High School who has been taking advantage of the local materials within their own vicinity or locality to be able to produce or invent a solar panel powered dialysis machine.
Okay.
I mean, so the whole concept is just like we have science and math quiz, but which is a bit more theoretical when it comes to STEM innovation.
Do they pitch for an award or something?
I mean, they pitch to prove their inventions. Okay. That's how I put it.
Okay. So, and does it happen annually at a place?
Yeah, it's 3 years now.
So, okay. So every year you do
every year. So it has the I mean, at their own group level, district, or then it comes to the regional, then it comes to the national.
Is there one happening this year?
Yes, one happening.
What level has it got into now?
The national, that's the finals.
When is it?
29th to the 1st of 29th of
September.
Yes, to the 1st of
October.
Yes.
Where? In Accra?
Yes, in Accra. Yeah.
Conference Center.
Yeah. Yes.
So if I want to come and see what our students are producing at the STEM level, I should come there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, essentially, you are going to see inventions that solve societal problems.
Very well.
Because the whole concept of STEM education is to be able to produce students that solve societal problems. And that is a relevant aspect of education. When quality meets relevance, then socioeconomic transformation happens.
Kwesi, thank you for joining us on Point Blank.
Thank you.
That's Kwesi Kwatin. He speaks for the Ministry of Education. My name is Umaru Sandamadu. I did this with
diverting issues.
Sorry, say that again.
You were just interested in diverting issues and bringing things that, I mean, did not really, I mean, let me put it relevant to this conversation. But sure, you did it. You were a journalist. You need the sound bites and the trends. For us in the Ministry of Education, our concentration is to be able to reposition Ghana's education. Okay. That's what we've done.
Are you happy now?
At least I've been able to let Ghanaians know what you did.
Okay, thank you so much. Kwesi Kwatin, Director of Communication.
I speak for the Ministry of Education.
Okay, the Ministry or the Minister? Which one do you speak for?
I speak for both.
So, Kwesi Kwatin, spokesperson of the MP for Bosomtri and Minister for Education, and also spokesperson of the Ministry of Education.
Oh, Maru, that is not right.
Oh, you said you speak for the Minister, so I don't want to twist matters now. I'm just allowed.
No, I introduced myself, so why did you have to?
Good night, people. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Good night.